The federal government is less than 20 hours away from shutting down right now. Lawmakers are scrambling to reach the critical deadline to extend funding. And joining us now with more on the ethics and the imminent government shutdown is Peter Loge, director of the School of Media and Public Affairs at George Washington University. Thank you so much for joining us today. I know a lot of people are worried about the services that will be impacted, but we want to talk about the ethics of the shutdown. What is the impact of the budget shutdown on public confidence or even trust in Congress?
You know, I think that's a really critical question that not enough people are paying attention to. We rely on Congress to do the basics, to keep the lights on, to provide the services, to solve the challenges we face, help with disaster recovery, things like that. It happens every year, right? We know it's coming, and Congress's failure to do this, to even keep the metaphorical lights on, is one more indication that maybe the public shouldn't trust Congress. Public confidence in Congress is already hovering around 8%.
Right.
You know, it doesn't have much further to fall. And all of this is in the context of, you know, some members of Congress and others trying to investigate college professors looking at online mis and disinformation, election workers around the country quitting their positions in droves because of ongoing lies about the 2020 election and threats they're receiving, people attacking public health officials who are giving advice they don't like, increasing threats against members of Congress. It all adds up to an undermining of public confidence and public trust in the institutions on which we rely. I think it's dangerous, and you know, it's really pretty awful.
Are there any structural solutions to what then seems to be increased polarization that we're seeing?
You know, there are a couple of structural solutions we could do. A lot of organizations are working hard on things like changing how congressional district lines are drawn, the gerrymandering problem. People talk about ranked choice voting, open primaries, different ways to help drive the political discourse towards compromise, towards discussion, and away from the extremes. But ultimately it requires good people to do good, hard things, right? People have to step out of their own incentives. They have to step out of the immediate fundraising cycle or email pitches or next chance to be on TV and say really what's best for the long-term vision of the country, even if it hurts me personally in the short term. We need structural change. We also need politicians to live up to the promise of participating and advancing the democracy in which we're all privileged to live.
Now, Peter, it sounds well and good, but as we know, I mean, you're talking about human beings and human behavior here, and nothing seems to be changing. We have this same argument, the same discussion, seems yearly, as you started off your question-answer session by talking about. I mean, realistically, as we look at this whole picture, what are people left to do? I mean, what are they left to think about our government? Is it hopeless, or do you see any glimmers of hope anywhere that we will, in fact, see a breakthrough that will be long-lasting, not just for this shutdown, but for any future talks of shutdowns?
You know, it's early on a Saturday morning. We just got a great weather report, so I'm going to remain optimistic. But I'm also not naive. I had the privilege of working in the U.S. Senate, and it was also during the 1995 shutdown. I've had senior positions in the House of Representatives during rough times. I've been at federal agencies during shutdowns. And I know political incentives. I know how to run and win campaigns, and people tend to behave in ways for which they're rewarded. Right? We do the things we get patted on the head for. We try to avoid the things we think we're going to get bopped on the nose for. So we have to change the incentives. Right. And some of that incentive changing is the structural changes you mentioned. Right. How district lines are drawn, maybe how voting is done in some places, maybe campaign finance, some pushes around the edges. The other part is voters, funders, pundits, and others have to stand up and applaud legislators who reach across the aisle. They say, you know what, I'm not going to get everything I want this time, but maybe next time I can. Okay. You know, it's pragmatism and idealism, which makes me optimistic. All
right, Peter, we'll have to leave it there. I know it's a complicated and a lot of issues to talk about. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Hopefully, we won't have to see you again if this government shutdown is averted. But if we do, we'll be glad to have your expertise. Appreciate you this morning.
Many thanks.
All right.